Good evening, everybody, and welcome to TeeBee's Sunday Soul Show. We have another edition for you tonight. After we had a fantastic weekend down at the lovely Lynn Ross and Keith Ross's house down in Whitehaven. We spent the last 2 days there. It was an absolutely fantastic weekend. Wait a minute, I'll just turn this down. And we managed to get back in time. Well, we left early today, so it gave me plenty of time to get your requests ready and your bobs, which a few of you had. So I think we've got 46 requests on the show tonight, and I think 4 of them are bobs. So as per usual, guys, we do the voting for tune of the show, and we will have a lovely My 3 Before 8 from the lovely Linda Neville down there in Northampton at 10 to 8. But to kick us off tonight, we have one from our good friend over there in Cartagena in Spain. It's a lovely Fiona Hudson, better known as Lady Fiona, and better turn that down, it's a bit loud. And she has selected Blair Bryant with a number called Kiss of Life from 2022. Hi everybody, too many names to mention. I'll get through these during the evening. I see Lynn Ross is there and Keith Ross. How you doing, guys? Thank you for a wonderful weekend. Evening, Linda Neville. And Charlotte's here. Alec McBride's in the house. Mrs. O's there. Albie Babby. Gorky and Chaz. How you doing, guys? Fluff and Matt. Alright, guys. Colin Wignall. How you doing, Colin? Even Marion up there in Dundee. How you doing, guys? Good evening, Terry Choose Watson. Mr. Martin Taggart's in the house. How you doing, Martin? Cooling down juice. Damn it. Good evening, Linda and Dave Haycock. How you doing, guys? Getting ready for the trains again tomorrow. Yeah, it looks hectic, Linda. Good evening, Georgie. Good evening, Anne-Marie and Daz, down in Oldham. How you doing, guys? We did, Keith. Thank you very much. Your hospitality was second to none.
Hi, everybody. Cheers.
George is on the beer. I'll wait till I've had my cooling down juice.
Hi, Gemma. Paul.
Hi, Gemma and Paul. Good evening, lady. How you doing, mate? Good evening, Russ Wills is in the house. How you doing, Russ? Hi, Gemma and Paul. That's Keith and Lynn's lovely daughter and her husband, Paul. Fantastic characters. Good evening, Mr. Robert Furness is in the house. How you doing, Robert? and the lovely one.
Down from above, giving me love, yeah. Giving me the kiss of life, kiss of life. Giving me love, you gave me the kiss that's like giving me love, kiss of life. Giving me love, you gave me the kiss of life, giving me love, kiss of life. Giving me love, you gave me the kiss that's like giving.
Good evening, Mick Murphy. How you doing, Mick? Another great show this afternoon, mate. Well done. Yeah, Blair Bryant and The Kiss of Life. Brand new from 2022. Sent in by the lovely Lady Fiona over there in Cartagena in Spain. And it was out of the box. As is this. From the Minutes. This is Still a Part of Me. Sent in by my good friend Russ Wills. 70s soul at its best. It's out of the box, you know. Welcome to TeeBee's Sunday Soul Show, guys. Good evening, Mags and Martin. How you doing, guys? Welcome, Russ. Hi, Victoria Holmes. From Devon. Good to have you in the show, Victoria. Hi, Alec, Matt. Love to Pat. I'll be Barbie's in the house. Yeah, what a tune. The Minutes and Still a Part of Me, sent in by our good friend Mr. Russ Wills, and it was out of the box. This next one, unfortunately, is a bob. It's been played on the show many times, and it goes down as one of my favourite records as well. And the last time it was selected, I think it was selected by Mr. Steve Perusa, but today it was a double bob from our good friend Mr. Martin Barlow. The unrecognisable Eugene record with Overdose of Joy. You feeling in love? It's a bob. Can't go. Sorry, man. Good evening, George and Sue Ellis. How are you doing, guys? Good evening, Susie and Keith Key up in Dunfermline. How are you doing, guys? On his arm he wears a watch, on his hand he wears a ring, and around is, Robert.
But his blood is boiling over. Temperature 103.
Woo.
Then I heard him say, he was me. This man is suffering from an overdose of joy. Lucky fella.
I felt care.
This man is suffering from an overdose of joy. Lucky fella.
JC's in the house. How we doing, Mr. Crouch? You alright? Canada's in the house.
Tell me, are you here to give me more? She said they wanna keep you for test.
Thank you, JC.
And maybe you really need some rest. But baby, let me tell you the story about you and your glory. This man was suffering from an overdose of joy. Lucky fella. This man was suffering from an overdose of joy. Lucky fella. Lucky fella. Come on. Come on. This man was suffering from an overdose of joy, and he's a lucky fella. This man was suffering from an overdose of joy, lucky fella.
Yeah, brilliant record. Eugene record and Overdose of Joy, sent in by our good friend Mr. Martin Barlow. But unfortunately, it was a double bob from our good friend Martin. So you can't vote for it. And as you know, if you listen to the show every week, you will know about the voting system. And it's getting better. I think there was over 30 votes last week. So what you do is you pick out what you think is your tune of the show. And you message me. You can do it during the show, after the show, and you have up until Tuesday morning at 7 o'clock to vote. Just send me it through Messenger. Who you think? You can name the artist, the title of the song, or the family member who has sent it in, and I will work it all out. And then we will work out the votes, and whoever wins gets a goodie bag from TB. Yours is on its way, JC. I don't know how long it will take to get there, but there's some goodies coming to you in the next few days. Next up, it comes from Broxburn, the boy. Goes by the name of Mr. Michael Dunn. Selected The Whispers. It's called Needle in a Haystack. It's out of the box. Hoppity hop.
Yeah, girl, is it possible in this wicked world? Is it possible to find a little faithfulness in just one sweet girl? Is it faithfulness? It's so hard to find. Like a piece of pie, it's like trying to find.
Cheers, JC.
Somebody show me mercy. Wanna say my sweet baby. In the beginning there was man, and God made a woman to bring comfort to him. Comfort not easy, yeah, it's so hard to find. Like peace of mind, it's like trying to find.
Good evening, Mr. Nick Penman's in the house. How are you doing, Nick?
Finding it, it's so hard to do. It's like watching someone trying to. Somebody show me mercy, yeah. Just wanna say my sweet baby, I get my treat the best. Just a woman, I am big. All my journeys have been in vain. My only company was that old Miss Crane. But I just went to see it. It must be my only life has been so.
Yeah, what a tune from the Whispers. Needle in a Haystack, sent in by a good friend up in Broxburn, Mr. Mike Dunn. And it was out of the box, as is this. And this comes from lovely Linda Neville down in Northampton, who is doing her My 3 Before 8 tonight at 10 to 8. But this is her request for the show tonight. And it goes out to her dad, who she says had a thing for Miss Ferguson from the 3 Degrees. Better known as Sheila. Good on you, Dad. I think a few of you did have a wee thing for Sheila Ferguson of the 3 Degrees. This is My Simple Heart.
My simple heart, yeah, 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 yeah.
It's out of the box.
My simple heart will always love you. I heard your reasons why you're leaving. Can't we talk it through? Yeah. I know I hurt you. You hurt me too. It's crazy what people can do to each other when emotions start building up inside your head.
Good evening, Mr. Jeffrey Campbell's in the house. How are you doing, Jeff?
You feel so frustrated, you forget to say the things that ought to be said. My simple heart, my simple heart,
Leslie Lanks and Simon, how are you doing, guys?
my simple heart will always love you.
Johnny and Julie Wood down in Barnsley. How are you doing, Johnny and Julie Wood? Hope you had a great day.
My simple heart, yeah, 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 yeah. My simple heart will always love you. I'm not the school kid.
You're not good, Jeff. What's up, mate?
Somewhere back in time. You might have grown up.
Yeah, did all, mate.
It's time to own up. Had your lovers. Yes, I had mine, but I love you. I still want you. There's so much that I can give. If we were
Good evening, Don Martin's in the house. How are you doing, Don?
understanding, together we can find a better way to live.
Oh, I think it's a Nottingham Forest result. I'm not happy with Jeff. Got it now, mate.
Simple heart that truly loves you. And though we may have our problems, darling, we'll make it through. Yes, we will. And I swear, this simple heart of mine will always love you.
Evening, Johnny and Jelly.
Don't ask me how I know.
Been on the drink.
'Cause I simply do. My simple heart,
Just asking, Johnny, just asking. You had a few
my
sherbets.
simple heart, yeah, 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 yeah. My simple heart will always love you. My simple heart, my simple heart, yeah, 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 yeah.
The good old 3 Degrees and Sheila Ferguson. Going out to Linda's dad and My Simple Heart. It was out of the box. And Leslie, Linda has also picked 3 fantastic tunes for her My 3 Before 8, which you can hear at 10 to 8 tonight. Next up, we fly over to Worcester for Mr. Sean O'Callaghan's request. This is Sil Johnson. It's called Different Strokes. Sounds a bit different at the start. It's out of the box.
I'll be around for a while, yeah, yeah, yeah. Can't you dig it, honey? By watching my style now. All right. Oh, yeah. So many ways that one can play. Do the shing-a-ling or the funky Broadway. True,
You're welcome,
true
Sean.
saying, and it ain't no joke. Different strokes for different folks now.
Goodbye, Johnny.
Mama stroke, Papa too. A stroke for me and a stroke for you. Oh yeah. A stroke for mama, a stroke for me, a stroke for the hunter. Oh yeah. A stroke for the game now.
How now, Albie?
True saying, and it ain't no joke. Different stroke for different folks now. Oh yeah. Watch me do the stroke one time, baby. Oh yeah. Watch me do my stroke 2 times now, baby. Oh yeah. I wanna do my stroke 3 times now. Let me do my stroke 4 times, mama. All right now, watch me. Let me do my stroke, baby.
I love doing his stroke, that
Come
one.
on, mama.
Sil Johnson. It's called Different Strokes. Sent in by our good friend down there in Worcester, Mr. Sean O'Callaghan, the loving husband of Mrs. O. And now we've got most of the people in tonight. I'd just like to give you an update on what happened with the tipping fund. As you all know, I wanted to get it up to £500 last week. And you guys just went bananas last week. So we actually raised 560. I think we got another 80 quid or something last week. So it went to £560. And as you know, the guys that watched it, I spun the wheel last week. And the name that came up was Mr. Dave Hancock. Dave Haycock. Dave Haycock. Dave is the loving husband of the lovely Linda Haycock. And Dave said that him and Linda had a little discussion, and what they had decided was they would like £100 to go to the hospice, a local hospice down their way that looks after the terminally ill, and £60 to go to the Limbo Foundation, which I've sent to Adam. Dave wants to keep £100 for when he meets us all. He's going to buy us all drinks with 100 quid. Good luck with that, Dave. And he said that the other £300 should go to Tam and Georgie because of all the work they do and what I do for the show and the people. That's a great idea, but I really don't want the money. So I've got a couple of ideas in my head, and one of them was we've got a lovely couple up in Dundee, Dave and Marion, who have a lovely son called Kyle. I've got 2 sons. I've got another son called Liam as well. But Kyle is a disabled boy, and he needs a lot of care and attention and things like that. And Dave and Marion don't get out a lot because, you know, they've got to look after the kid. So I said I text Dave, and I said to Dave, I said, I'd like to give £100 to Kyle for something that he may need. And Dave explained to me that he was maybe looking at a chair for him because he gets very uneasy in his wheelchair, and they're looking at getting him a nice chair so he can relax on. So I said, just put the £100 to that. But unfortunately, the orthopaedic people that look after him and get him his stuff are going to get him his seat. And Dave and Marion went out and bought him a big egg. And you should have seen George's face when she seen the video of Kyle yesterday with a smile on his face with the sensory egg. So thanks for that, Dave. And all the money's all been handed out. I kept £100 for all the CDs and the paper and ink and everything like that. And Georgie got £100 and she's going to buy presents for the Scottish tour, which will be coming up on July. We're going to Scotland. We're going to visit everybody in Scotland. So that's where all the money went. And that's all down to you guys that tipped every week and sent all the money in. Absolutely fantastic. So you know a lot of it's went to good causes and to good people. And hi Tom Thompson. And it all come from lovely Linda and Dave Haycock as well. So thanks guys and well done. Next up, Mr. Philip Kerr. Selected Gladys Knight and the Pips. Baby, baby, don't change your mind. It's out of the box, you know.
Ooh, your ex is back in town.
It's a good one, Linda, I like that.
What you gonna do when she comes around and she starts going through her act? When she begs you to take her back, will your love for me remain intact, or will you run to her? Baby, my love is on the line. Baby, don't change your mind. Don't change it.
You're welcome, Philip.
Be strong.
Philip's out celebrating his daughter's 40th birthday today. Hope you had a good day, Philip. I think we've all heard it before, yes. But there's no name in it for the show, so it's out of the box. Good evening, Mr. Mike Dunn's in the house. How you doing, Mike? Just missed your tune, mate. You have to get a good catch up. Yes, we are, JC. 4 weeks. 4 weeks tomorrow. Yeah, I seen you were at the stock cars. Had a good day, mate. The one and only Gladys Knight and the Pips. Baby, baby, don't change your mind. And as JC says, yes, there's quite a few of us going to see the lovely Gladys Knight, who celebrated her 73rd birthday, I think, this week. And we're all going to meet up in Glasgow. Terry and Susan, Rochelle, myself, Georgie, Mike Dunn, I think are all going to the Gladys Knight on the 27th of June. I think some people down south are going as well. And JC also done a bio of the great Gladys Knight. You can catch that on my page or wherever he posts it all over the bit. So, looking forward to Gladys. Next up, my good friend Mr. Steve Perusa. I don't see him on, so he must be away souling somewhere. And he has selected a bob, unfortunately. This was requested previously by the lovely Sue Ellis. This is Mr. Johnny Bristol. Love no longer has a hold on me. It's a bob, you cannot vote for it.
was so much in love with you, so I began to learn to live without all those feelings that kept me so alive. I had to learn to forget what I used to think about.
Oh, well, yes. Sure is, Jim.
And now love no longer has a hold on me. I am stronger, so much more emotionally. Love no longer has a hold on me. I am free to be me. I did my share crying, but since they're denying all the changes I went through. Many nights were lonely because I wanted only to be held by you, babe. Still I learned to live without all those feelings that kept me so alive. And when I learned to forget what I used to think about, I just came back to life. And now love no longer
Nice one, Dave.
hold on me. I am stronger, so much more emotionally. Love no longer has a hold on me. I am free to be me. Ooh, don't stop now. Ain't no stopping now. No. Girl, I am free, yeah. Said I'm free, yeah. Free. I am free to be me. Yes, I'm free from the habit of you being there all the time, lady. I didn't believe it could hurt so badly. But when some people lose, they stay confused in their mind. Well, love no longer has a hold on me. I am stronger, so much more emotionally. Love no longer has a hold on me. I am free. Can't see love no longer got me down. I have got myself back up off the ground, baby. Oh, said love
Yeah, another great artist. Somebody you should maybe take a look at as well, JC, for doing a bio. The great Johnny Bristol. He's got some stories behind his musical career. And Love No Longer Has a Hold on Me, sent in by our good friend Stevie Perusa, who is not with us tonight. So, but unfortunately, that track was a bob. So you can't pick it or you can't vote for it. Next up, we go to Anderton in Cheshire with our good friend Mr. Colin Wignall. Unfortunately, he's a Liverpool supporter, and we know what happened last night. They were the better team, but they just couldn't score goals, unfortunately. But we move on. And Colin has selected the Spellbinders, A Little on the Blue Side.
If my smile today is not the glowing kind,
Out of the box.
today is not the knowing kind, don't get upset, boys. Don't
Yes, it did,
be
Albert,
so
yes.
puzzled.
You've been reading the Bibles.
Oh, since my baby's gone.
Hi, Julie and the Holsworth family. Harvey Lee and Ada, how you doing, guys?
On the blue side. And if the bright gay twinkle in my eyes is gone,
Nice one, Johnny.
those deep, sure looks I used to prize are gone. Don't give up yet, boys, for my hope hasn't died. Oh, but since my baby's gone,
Ready for a beer, Georgie?
I'm just a little on the blue side. Just a little on the blue side. She left without a word of warning. She left like two drops leave the morning. In the height of my love, I was a victim of believing my fairy tale heart. But my voice sounds just a little weak today, and my style
you, Juicy.
Thank you, Georgie. Cheers, everybody.
Cheers, everybody.
Oh, please don't fret, boys. Bear with me and my
It's a new bell from Mrs. O. It's a pineapple bell. It's very loud.
I'm just a little on the blue side. Just a little on the blue side. I'm just a little on the blue side.
The Spellbinders. And a little on the blue side. Sent in by our good friend down in Anderton, Mr. Colin Wignall. And Betsy, his wee dog. I don't think Betsy had a choice in picking the tune, but his lovely wee dog that lives with Colin. Next up, we go to Blackpool for Annette Sherlock's. She's picked this artist out a few times and she seems to be going through his catalogue. This is Lucas Seto. It's called About Time.
There's no use, I can't escape it. Mind is gone manipulated. Oh, I'm well and truly captivated. Is it love? Love?
So it's a box.
Could it be that I'm not thinking clearly, maybe? I'm distracted by what might happen tonight. Ain't no doubt I'm stimulated. Is it love? Love? I'm under hypnosis when I start to visualize.
You're welcome, Keith.
It's with you. Let me analyze, then seduce.
Pineapple Bill.
I think it's
From
about
Mrs. O, Johnny.
we set
Handcrafted in India.
fire.
Lovely.
And do what we do. It's about time. The heat began to rise. It's about time to set the night on fire. I'm so into you. It's
Welcome, Annette.
about time. The sparks begin to fly. Let's set the night on fire. I know you're sophisticated, but I'm no way intimidated. Rising up or elevated. Is it love? Love? Well, I believe that I will give you what you need. There's someone, let me show you.
Good evening, Mr. John Kent. How you doing, John?
Believe me, I am dedicated. Is it love? Love? I'm under hypnosis.
Yeah, Georgie got another bell from Keith and Lynn.
Romance.
Collecting bells. I think Georgie's got more than me.
Let me analyze, then seduce. I think it's about time we set the night on fire. Ooh, babe, do what we do. It's about time. The heat began to rise. It's about time to set the night on fire. I'm so into you. It's about time. The sparks begin to fly. Let's set the night on fire. Let's set the night on fire tonight. Let's set the night on fire tonight. We set the night on fire. And do what we do. It's about time. The heat began to rise. It's about time to set the night on fire. I'm so into you.
No problem. Dog dogs. You take care, pal.
It's time we set the
Lucas Seto and About Time, sent in by Annette Sherlock down there in Blackpool, and it was Out of the Box. I see Mr. Stevie Boy 2 just sneaked into the show. Unfortunately, Stevie, your request has already been played, pal, so you'll have to get it on catch up. And it was a bob. You had put in a double bob this week, so sorry about that, pal. Next up, my good friend down there in Cleethorpes, Mr. John Kidd. Just started his DJing career. This is DD Sharp. Baby, I love you. Big Al's in the house. Good evening, Al. Unlucky, Stevie. It's just the way it happens. Yeah, there's a long way to go, JC. Some great tunes coming up in the show tonight, and that was another one of them. Mr. John Kidd down in Cleethorpes selected DD Sharp, and it was called Baby I Love You. Next up, here's another one out of the box from Mr. Dave Bibby down there in Northampton. This is called King George and the Fab Souls. I Need You.
Every day without love.
Not the greatest production. Welcome, John.
Tomorrow. I know that every day without love is a day of sadness. I know I'm leaving you, but what can I say? Go on. Wish I could find a way to make you stay.
Evening, Stevie Boy.
I've got to prove to you that I love you. I need you, baby. Now that I need you, baby. You're hurting me when you told me that you would never be mine. Say the days will roll around when I see you my last time. Can you find another way of doing it? Baby, knowing all the time that I love you. I need you, I need you, baby. Yeah.
I know that every day without love is a day of sorrow. I know you're leaving, but what can I say? Go on. Wish I could find a way to make you stay. I've got to prove to you that I love you. I need you. Now that I need you, baby. I need you.
King George and the Fab Souls, I Need You. Sent in by our good friend down in Northampton, Mr. Dave Bibby. And it was out the box. As is this, from the lovely Kath Birch, who is out with husband John celebrating one of the granddaughter's birthdays, I think. This is Jimmy Ruffin.
You say you wanna be loved,
Everybody needs love.
but you won't let me love you.
Out of the box.
You say you want someone to trust in you. Can't you see that's what I'm trying to do? I know you've been hurt before and you're afraid to try. Love wants more without love by your side. You're only half alive. 'Cause everybody needs love, oh yeah. Yeah, everybody needs love. You say you wanna be kissed, but you won't let me kiss you. No, no, no. You say you wanna be missed, huh? Can't you see how my arms are missing you? He's got you hurting so inside. So now I'ma love you. Try to hide, but no matter how you try, without love you can't survive. 'Cause everybody needs love, oh yeah. Baby, everybody needs love. 'Cause it's alright. You need love, girl, and I need love. Listen, everybody needs love. You say you wake up in the morning feeling empty inside. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I know what your trouble is. You need someone like me by your side. I know you've been hurt before, but don't be afraid to try love once more. 'Cause without love you'll find you have no peace of mind. 'Cause everybody needs love, oh yeah. Yeah, everybody needs love. Baby, you need love, and I need love. Hey, everybody needs love, 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 love. You need love, and I need love. Yeah, everybody needs love. Believe me, baby, you need love. I said I need love, baby. Everybody.
The one and only, the great Mr. Jimmy Ruffin. And Everybody Needs Love, sent in by the lovely Kath Birch. As I said, Kath and John are out celebrating one of their granddaughter's birthday tonight, so they won't be on the show and they'll get it on catch up. So we come to that time of the show. It's now 10 to 8, where we have our My 3 Before 8. And this week it comes from the lovely Linda Neville down there in Northampton. And she's selected 3 fantastic tunes. First up, the great Betty Wright, If You Love Me Like You Say You Do. Okay, Dave, back now.
Once again, you walk into my door, and once again, I'm in your arms once more, and I wonder if it's true. All you wanna do is make love to me. Once again, you're telling me those lies because you need my love. I can see it in your eyes, and I wonder if it's true.
Yeah, the great Betty Wright. And If You Love Me Like You Say You Do was number 1 from the lovely Linda Neville down there in Northampton. And this is her 3 before 8. My 3 before 8. This is number 2 from the Dells. Make sure you have someone who loves you. It's all about the love tonight from our Linda.
The young years of your life are the best of your life. For you're young and strong and gay. Hearts can easily mend and romance has no end. Time's good to you in those days.
But when you reach grown-up age and must give up the stage, when your future looks dim, the chances go slim.
Make sure you have someone who loves you. Make sure you have someone who loves you. Yeah. When your part has been played and you join that parade that starred in days gone by. When
Linda
you
Neville's
see
number
by the
2.
fear
Rush, you
that
should
the
know this.
time's drawing near.
You do love when they get
You
up, you
must
know.
take your bow and say goodbye.
When you must make room for the next act coming on. When your youth and beauty is silently gone. When you look back and see that time marches on.
Make sure you have someone who loves you. Make sure you have someone who loves you. Yeah. When all's said and done, and you've had your fun, and your future's past memories, what a joy to know that someone loves you so. We'll be there to share your destinies.
Cause when the aging begins, time no longer your friend. In the prime of your life, have the time of your life.
Make sure you have someone who loves you. Make sure you have someone who loves you. Make sure you have someone. Make sure you have someone who loves you.
Yeah, the great sound of the Dells, and Make Sure You Have Someone Who Loves You. Originally sent on tape to Linda from Russ, and now it's number 2 on Linda's My 3 before 8. You got that now, Russ? So, as I say every week, don't thank me. Thank lovely Linda Neville for sending in her My 3 before 8. And as everybody knows, you now get a CD with the female soul artist, the male soul artist, and the band thrown into one and put on a CD. And whatever tracks I've got in my library, and I'll get it out to you this week, Linda. And Linda's third and final My 3 before 8 track comes from the other Mr. Ruffin called David. And this is Road by the Place. Classic Motown. We love it. Thank you, Linda. Great 3.
The past is never forgotten. It merely takes its place in empty space of each yesterday. I was out riding, so I rode by the place where we used to stay. I was out riding, so I rode by where we used to stay. The flowers that we planted are still growing in the yard. I can
Thank you, Danny boy.
smell the fragrance
Come back, pal. We're here every week.
as sweet memories return to my heart. And I pull over to the curb and stare
Good evening, Jane Blundy Thompson's in the house.
hard to imagine we didn't live there anymore. I was out back.
Woo!
It was a sunny day. Ha. So I rode by where we used to stay. I was out riding. I stopped and got a car wash that afternoon. So I rode by where we used to stay. Listen, the people we knew and trusted
Good man, Danny.
I was out there.
Woo!
I wasn't doing nothing else but moving around town. So I rode by the place where we used to stay. I was out riding. It was a sunny day. So I rode by where we used to stay. Made a picture in my wallet and a hold in my hand. Takes me back to the time when love was in a plan. I was out riding, so I rode by the place
Nice one, Danny.
where we used to stay. I was out riding, so I rode by where we used to stay. I was out riding, it was a bright and sunny day.
Glass in a Glass. The great David Griffin. And Rode by the Place from 1977. Sent in by the lovely Linda Neville, which was her number 3 and her male soul artist on her My 3 Before 8. And I'll get that CD out to you this week, Linda. So next week's My 3 Before 8, before Ruth and Chris come on. Unfortunately, they're over in Mexico, so they may not be getting very good internet. So, but next week's My 3 Before 8, which will be a bit different, because it's going to come from a good friend from down in Carlisle, Mr. Martin Taggart. So get your thinking cap on, Martin, and I'll have a male soul artist, a female soul artist, and a soul band. And you can send me them 3 tracks in anytime this week, as long as you get them in before Friday, mate. Thank you. Next up, we got my pal round the corner, Mr. Deke Penman, who has selected Chairman of the Board with Wheeler Del Toro. And this is the Doug Gomez remix. Bit of house music from Belly on the Telly, better known as Deke Penman. It's out of the box.
When you're feeling lost and alone, and you're thinking without love you can't go on, darling, reach out to me and I'll be there. Reach out to show you how much I really care. Reach out your hand and capture a love of your own. When you feel you're losing that love's game, and you're searching for someone who feels the same, darling, reach out to me. I'm here for you. Reach out, I'll show
Welcome,
you,
Deke.
baby, that's
Great
all you
track.
gotta do, yeah. Reach out your hand and capture a love of your own. Reach out to me. I said I'm here for you, baby. Reach out, I'll show I wanna be near to you, yeah, yeah. Reach out your hand and you'll never be alone. If you just reach out your hand to me. Reach out and I'll be there for you. Reach out your hand to me and I'll be there. Reach out your hand to me. I love reach out, set you free. Reach out, I'll pull you through. Reach out, love is true. Reach out, I'll be there. Reach out your hand to me. Reach out and I'll be there for you. Reach out your hand to me and I'll be there.
Switch your router off, Danny, for a couple of minutes. Sometimes helps. Yeah, great track from a good friend, Belly on the Telly, Mr. Nick Penman. That was chairman of the board and Reach Out with that Doug Gomez remix. Next up, we fly over to Canada for a lovely place called Nova Scotia for our good friend, Mr. Craig Leach, who has selected Harvey Fuqua. Any way you want to. Out of the box.
Sucky, 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 sucky. Any way you want. Any way you want, any way you want, any way you want, any way you want, any way you want. Anyway.
Harvey Fuqua and Any Way You Want Ta from Mr. Craig Leach over there in Nova Scotia, and it was out of the box. Now, remember guys, you're voting for tune of the show, so you're all, I can see you all saying, oh, I like this, I love this, and things like that, so just write them down, and then at the end of the night, just make a decision, or maybe tomorrow, if you want to watch it again and catch up. I should have it up tomorrow, and then message me your vote for tune of the show. This next one comes from a good friend over in Cartagena, Mr. Marco Hudson. This is Disco Incorporated. It's called Black Soul, sung by the Walrus himself.
That's why I have written
Johnny will love this.
this musical bouquet.
Let's have a bit of disco. Have it. Gonna be a big list. There's some great tunes on the show tonight.
Baby, keep on doing it. Right on. 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 That's not right.
Johnny loves you, Marco. Really, oh, what? Really? Little Johnny Marco. Keep on doing it.
Right on. Baby, keep on doing it. Right on. Get down. Baby, keep on doing it. Right on. Get down.
Nice one, Big Al.
Can't get enough of your love, baby. Girl, I don't know why. Can't get enough of your love, baby. Lord, some things I can't get used to. No matter how I try.
Yeah, it's good, isn't it? It's a great verse and I love it.
It's like the more you give, the more I want. And baby, that's no lie. Oh, no, baby. Tell me. I've heard people say that too much of anything is not good for you, baby. But I don't know about that. There's many times that we've loved and we've shared love and made love. It doesn't seem to me like it's enough. It's just not enough. It's just not enough. Oh, man.
There sure is, Alan, yes. Keep digging, guys. You'll find these great tunes. There's some great remixes as well that we just love to play on the show.
I need to say I love you in a very special way. And that's why I'm written this musical bouquet.
Yeah, what a tune. Disco Incorporated, and it goes by the name of Black Soul, and it was sent in by our good friend over there in Spain, Mr. Marco Hudson. And as JC elaborated there, there's some great, and a Big Al as well, there's some great mixes out there of some great old tunes, and it's just finding them. And if you can't find good remixes, like Deke finding the one with the chairman of the board as well, there's some great remixes out there. We'll play them on the show and they'll be out of the box. We now move up to a lovely little place called Brecon, a wee up in the Highlands in Scotland. Well, it's not actually the Highlands, it's just before the Highlands. And we have the lovely Terry and Susan Watson up there. And Terry this week has picked Jimmy Clanton. I like this. Everything I touch turns to tears. Nice.
You don't wanna fall in love with me, pretty girl. I don't wanna bring you down to my lonely world. Turn and walk away while you still have your heart. Turn away before this love tears us apart. 'Cause everything I touch turns to tears. Every dream I dream ends up dying. Everything I touch turns to tears, and I don't want to see you crying. Even though I long to hold you close in the night,
Sorry, Keith, we'll do it at the end of the show, pal.
hold you close and never let you out of my sight.
Did sound like that, didn't it, Corky?
Leave me while our lips have nothing to forget, or walk away and make believe we never met. 'Cause everything I touch turns to tears. Every dream I dream ends up dying. Everything I touch turns to tears, and I don't want to see you crying. Oh, darling, can you see I'd bring you misery? Leave me while you're still free. Go now and don't be kind. Don't make me change my mind. 'Cause everything I touch turns to tears. Everything I touch turns to tears. Everything I touch turns to tears. Everything I touch turns to tears.
Could have been Albie. Everything I touch turns to tears, from Jimmy Clanton, and it was sent in by our good friend from Brecon, Mr. Terry Watson. Northern Soul at its best, as Terry says. Great track, love it. Next up, and I thought I'd played this on the show before, but there was no name beside it, so its class is out of the box, as was Terry's. And this comes from Sue Ellis, the great Jackie Lee, called Darkest Days.
I don't need no one hanging around to see if they can figure out what's troubling me. I don't need no one to sit and hold my hand if they don't understand a broken-hearted man.
Welcome to
My darkest day. The pain just grows and it grows. I'm in my darkest days, and it shows. Lord knows. Look at the tears in my eyes. You can see the pain upon my face. And anyone who's lost a precious love knows it's so hard to replace.
yes I do. Take me from this misery, baby. Let your love light shine on me, baby. Oh yeah.
Yeah, the great Jackie Lee and Darkest Days. Sent in by the lovely Sue Ellis down there in Derby, and it was Out of the Box. As is this, from a good friend from Liverpool, Mr. Corky Core. This is Little Johnny Taylor. It's called Zigzag Lightning. It's Out of the Box from Corky.
If you love me, baby, woo, I'll do anything you say. If you love me, baby, I'll do anything you say. Oh, things have gone tough now, baby. Please don't leave me this way. Oh, if you stay here with me, baby, till I get back on my feet again. If you stay here with me, baby, till I get back on my feet again. Lord, I won't come looking for you,
Welcome,
baby.
Corky Boy.
You can go on with your other man. Oh, zigzag lightning, rain falling on my window pane. Zigzag lightning, baby, rain falling on my window pane. Lord, please don't leave me this way, baby. Things will be all right again. Oh, ever since you've been gone, baby, I've had nothing but heartaches and pain. Ever since you've been gone, baby, I've had nothing but heartaches and pain. Lord, please come back to me, baby. Let's start all over again. Oh, zigzag lightning, rain falling on my window pane. Zigzag lightning, baby, rain falling on my window pane. Lord, please don't leave me this way, baby. Oh, things will be all right again.
Little Johnny Taylor and Zigzag Lightning, sent in by a good friend down in Liverpool, Mr. Corky Core, and it was Out of the Box. Now this young gentleman from down there in Ashby, in Scunthorpe, sent in a bob, which happens quite a lot, and there was quite a few bobs today, but what I did love today was everybody that had bobs, quite a few of them managed to get really good tracks sent in the second time that were out of the box, and this is one of them that I really liked. And I thought I had most of Jackie Wilson's library in my library, but I don't. I didn't have this, and I like it. This is Don't You Know I Love You by the man himself, Jackie Wilson.
I need you.
It's Out of the Box.
I'll always be with you, darling, no matter what I do. I said I love you, girl, and I need you. I'll always be with you.
From Mr. Alec McBride, Out of the Box.
Everybody's talking at you. Lies are all they say. I love you, honest, I love you. In my own way, I give you love when you want it. Baby, I'm always there. Don't you know I love you? Don't you know I care? Take away your teardrops in fear of me going away. I love you, honest, I love you, but in my own way. Sometimes I don't have time, honey, to express myself, but you confess it all the time. I love you and no one else. Don't you know I love you? I need you. I'll always be with you, no matter what I do, 'cause I love you, girl. I need you. I'll always be with you. Baby, baby, stop and listen to me. I've been loving you much too long. If I had to live my life without you, I just couldn't carry on. See, trying to get next to you. Sometimes I stay out a little late, but oh, don't you worry, honey. I've been thinking about you and all the fancy things you want and making us some more money. Don't you know I love you? I need you. I'll always be with you, no matter what I do, 'cause I love you, girl, and I need you. I'll always
Sure
be
is,
with
Dave.
you. I'm trying to tell you, baby, I love you. I need you. I'll always be with you, no matter what you do, 'cause I love you, girl, and I need you. I'll always be with you, no matter what I do.
Brilliant, love it. Jackie Wilson, don't you know I love you? Sent in by our good friend Mr. Alec McBride down there in Ashby in Scunthorpe, and it was Out of the Box. Here's another Out of the Box from the lovely Casacorda, who selected Willie Hightower. Because I love you. Do you feel the love in the show tonight? It's all about the love.
Am I always doing everything you tell me to do? Why am I always going out of my way to please you? Because I love you. Because I love you. All right. Why do I let you treat me the way you desire? Never do anything about it. All I ever do is sit and cry because I love you. Because I love you.
Yes, Dave, yes.
All right. I'll give up my fortune. I'll give up my fame. But before I would take a chance on losing you, baby, don't you know I'll give up fame? Because I love you. Because you love her. Because I love you. Because you love her. Why, whenever you leave me,
You're not above, Johnny.
all I do is cry. That's the way it goes, baby.
Johnny's out of the box
And
tonight.
here's the reason why. Because I love you. Because you love her. Because I love you. Because you love her. Because I love you. Because you love her. I need you. Because you love her.
Yeah, it's good, Alan, isn't it? Yeah, what another great tune. Willie Hightower and Because I Love You, sent in by the one and only Miss Casacorda. Now, as Big Al said there, it's so good that everybody, after doing this show for now, well, coming up in August, it'll be 6 years that I've been doing this show. And I'm not saying we've done Out of the Box and stuff like that at the start, but for the past 2-3 years, we have been doing Out of the Box stuff. And you're still managing to find some fantastic out-of-the-box tunes that have never been played on the show. And that's what makes the show very unique. And that's why people tune in, because you can maybe pick out 20-30 tracks that none of you have heard before. And that's the great thing about the show. Next up, one from Mr. George Ellis. It's Out of the Box. This is the Skull Snaps. And I'm your pimp. Don't tell Sue.
I'm your pimp. I wear my hat to the side and walk with a limp. I'm your pimp. I'm
George.
I don't just have to do. You better believe I don't. 'Cause I cheat, scheme, and connive now, baby, and got everything I want.
Don't you dare talk back to me. You better listen when I speak.
If I wanna test, slap or hurt you, just turn the other cheek. Because I wear my back to the side and walk with a limp.
It's good to know you.
I'm your pimp.
Can you dig it?
I wear my back to the side and I walk with a limp.
I was limping, he's not limping.
Purpose in life is winning and cheating you. Well, I don't care what race you are, just as long as I'm beating you.
Let me have all the diamonds and the riches, girl, while I'm alive, yeah.
And I guarantee, as soon as you're dead, these things for you will arrive. Remember, I wear my head to the side and walk with a limp.
George, look at me, I love.
I'm your pimp. I wear my head to the side and walk with a limp.
Sure isn't, Robert. Yeah, the great sound of the skull snaps. And I'm your pimp. My name's George and I've got a limp. I think George has hurt his toe. But it was sent in by my good friend George Ellis and it was out of the box. As is this from the lovely Dave and Marion Bennett up there in Dundee. This is an old disco classic from 1973 by Gloria Gaynor. It's called Honeybee. It's out of the box. The man with a limp, Johnny. Now a bit of disco from David Marion.
You're my honeybee.
Welcome, Dave.
Come on and sting me. Your love is sweet as can be. You're my honeybee. You're my honeybee. Come on and sting me. Your love is sweet as can be. You're always so busy working on love's honeycomb. Chocolate sugar down to your cheekbone. Every time you kiss me, boy, it really turns me on. You're always buzzing, buzzing, buzzing. Love is in the air.
We're buzzing.
There's nothing like your loving. Boy,
Johnny, you'll get there. It's a long story. Yeah, Gloria Gaynor from 1973, and it was called Honeybee, and it was from the lovely Dave and Marion Bennett up there in Dundee, and it was out of the box, as is this from my good friends from Tequila, the lovely Matt and Fluff Johnson. Selected the great Sam Cooke, Sugar Dumpling. It's out of the box.
Sugar dumpling, you my baby, I love you in every way. Sugar dumpling, you my baby, my
Not like
love
you,
grows
Alex.
stronger every day. Yeah, sugar dumpling, you my baby, I love you in every way. Yeah, sugar
Thanks, Red Roller.
dumpling, you my baby, my love grows stronger every day. Look, listen while I tell you a story about my girl. I call her sugar dumpling because she's the sweetest thing in this world.
You're welcome, Fluff.
Whenever I'm feeling bad right away, she puts me to bed. And she hires two nurses, one to hold my hand, the other one to rub my head. Oh, sugar dumpling, you my baby, I love you in every way. Yeah, sugar dumpling, you my baby, my love grows stronger every day. Oh, whenever I tell her, honey, I'm hungry, now go and fix me something to eat. This girl rushes in the kitchen and fixes me a dinner with 7 different kinds of meat. If I call her up at 2 o'clock in the morning and say, come on over if you can, before I hang up the telephone, she's sitting beside me with a cup of coffee in her hand. Oh, sugar dumpling, you my baby, I love you in every way. Yeah, sugar dumpling, you my baby, my love grows stronger every day. Shooty monkey, sugar dumpling, you my baby, I love you in every way. Oh, I love you, sugar dumpling, my love grows stronger every day. Oh, sugar dumpling, I love you in every way.
Thanks for all,
The sugar dumpling, my love grows stronger.
Yeah, you'll get there, Alec. Yeah, the great Sam Cooke and Sugar Dumpling, sent in by my good friends over in Tequila, Matt and Fluff Johnson. I think Matt was away for his operation in his eye today. How did he get on, Fluff? Is he okay? Let us know. Next up, the man's doing his 3 before 8 next week. Goes by the name of Mr. Martin Taggart. And Martin has sent in the great Lisa Stansfield. Someday I'm coming back. Don't stay away too long, Martin. It's out of the box for Mr. Martin Taggart. Oh, you can't get it, Fluff. Well, carry on, innit? Speak to you through the week, Fluff. You're welcome, Martin boy. Woo!
What did I do, my darling, that made you send me running? Told you to kiss me down, throw me out. What can I tell you, honey, if I don't know
Sure is, Alan, yes. Good pick. Snake Davis.
Even in stormy weather, we always stuck together. You always kept me near, so sincere. So why so sudden a change of heart? Why do I feel like I've done wrong? All that I want is that you ask me to come back home. Someday I'm coming back, and it won't be long before you call me and tell me to come home. Someday I'm coming back, and it won't be long before I'm home, home in your arms. Someday, I've never wanted anyone so much. Someday.
Good job, we'll do that. Snake Davis and Sex.
So why so sudden a change of heart? Why do I feel like I've done wrong? And all that I want is that you ask me to come back home. Someday I'm coming back, and it won't be long before you call me and beg me to come home. Someday I'm coming back, and it won't be long before I'm home, home and in your arms, in your arms. Someday, call me, babe.
Yeah, the wee girl from Rochdale, Lisa Stansfield. And Someday I'm Coming Back. Sent in by my good friend from Carlisle, Mr. Martin Taggart. And it was out of the box. As is this from Mr. Albert, better known as Albie Wilkinson, from down there in Rotherham. This is Bob Collins and the Fabulous Five. And it's called My One and Only Girl. Go on, Albert.
You got love that's irresistible. You got looks that will stop the world.
Out of the box.
That's
Albie, baby.
baby, that you put my mind in the world. You got what it takes to move me. You got what it takes to prove me. And I want you, I need you, I want you for my one and only girl. Oh, yeah, one and only girl. Well, I never thought anyone could make me feel the way you do. I never thought I would fall for a girl.
Hi, Rupert, Chris in Mexico. How you doing, guys?
But you got what it takes to move me. You got what it takes to prove me. And I want you, I need you, I want you for my one and only girl. Oh, yes, I do. My one
We know that,
and only
Albie.
girl. Oh, yeah.
Could kill you if you never said that.
Well, I never thought anyone anyone could make me feel the way you do. I never thought I would fall for a girl like I'm falling for you. But you got what it takes to move me. You got what it takes to prove me. And I want you, I need you, I want you from a one and only girl. Oh yes I do, my one and only girl. Oh you know it, my one and only girl. Oh yes I know it, my one and only girl. Yeah, oh yes I do, my one and only girl. Oh yes I know it, my one and only girl.
Bob Collins and the Fabulous Five and My One and Only Girl. Goes by the name of Wendy because it was sent in by Mr. Albert Wilkinson down there in Rotherham, and it was out of the box, as is this from the lovely Mag Shoes down in Lancaster. This is the great Kim Weston. Takes a lot of teardrops.
Better get an eradicator. What can you do for a mom that's been laid upon your heart? Ooh, it takes a lot of teardrops to wash away those hard knocks. Wash away the hard knocks. For a headache, now you can get an aspirin. For a backache, got yourself a mustard plaster. But now it's been manufactured for a hopeless benefactor. Ooh, it takes a lot of teardrops to wash away the hard knocks. Wash away the hard knocks. Teardrops, teardrops, hard knocks, hard knocks, hard knocks. Teardrops, teardrops, hard knocks. Ooh, yeah. Teardrops, teardrops, hard knocks, hard knocks, teardrops, teardrops. It takes a lot of teardrops to wash away the hard knocks. Yeah, it takes a lot of teardrops to wash away the hard knocks. The heartache's coming. Ooh, you can find a shaded tree. Shady tree. The driest desert is surrounded by the clearest. Clearest sea. But nature does not provide a remedy for broken pride. Hey, it takes a lot of teardrops to wash away the hard knocks. Wash away those hard knocks. Ooh, teardrops, teardrops, hard knocks, hard knocks, hard knocks, teardrops, teardrops, hard knocks. Ooh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Lot of teardrops to wash away the hard knocks. It takes a lot of teardrops to wash away the hard.
Yeah, the great Kim Weston, and it takes a lot of teardrops, sent in by the lovely Mag Shoes down there in Lancaster. Next up, another great out of the box tune from Mr. Steve Ledbetter. This is Patty and the Lovelights version of Love Bandit. Everybody will remember the Kenya Collins version. I like this is good.
Love bandit, I can't stand it. Love bandit, I just can't stand it. Love bandit, I can't stand it. Love bandit, I just can't stand it. I've seen the things you do to girls to get them under your spell. Your smooth techniques won't melt my heart.
it's not. Bobby.
You know, there's something mysterious about you. You're a lover with a reputation.
Back to bed up.
I've been watching you from the sidelines, and now I'm hip to all of your qualifications. I guess I'll never really know the secret of your style. There must be a million things behind that soft white smile. You're much too much, and I can't stand. Say, baby, you're my love bandit, love bandit. I can't stand it, love bandit. I just can't stand it, love bandit. The way you touch me, I can't stand it. Oh, I can't stand it. Much too much. Oh, love bandit. I can't stand it, love bandit.
Yeah, the great Patty and the Lovelights and their version of Love Bandit, sent in by my good friend Stevie Ledbetter from down there in Liverpool, and it was out of the box. This next one, unfortunately, is a bob, a double bob from the lovely Shaz Kaur. And Shaz sent in the Soul Shakers, and I'm getting weaker. Previously picked by Matt and Fluff.
Get up when you lose the one that you love. And what's so good about covering up with a phony smile to your friend? But oh, the hurt's getting stronger, and it hurts so bad. I'm getting weak. He's getting weaker. What's the use of a pair of arms if you can't hold the one that you love? And what's so good about a pair of lips if you can't kiss the one that you truly love? But oh, the hurt's getting stronger, and it hurts so bad. I'm getting weak. He's getting weaker. He's getting weaker. He's getting weaker. But oh, the hurt's getting stronger, and it hurts so bad. I'm getting weak. Why should I lie to all my friends when I know you and I are through? And why should I pretend that we're together when I know you found somebody new? But oh, the hurt's getting stronger, and it hurts so bad.
Cheers, Georgie. Cheers, everybody.
I feel so bad.
Unlucky, Shaz. Still a great tune. Soul Shakers, and I'm getting weaker. Sent in by the lovely Shaz Kaur, but unfortunately it was a bob. This is out of the box, and it's the second time that chairman of the board have been played on the show tonight. And this one comes from our good friend Mr. Smooth. It's not slow tonight. It's not smooth tonight. This is So Glad You're Mine, chairman of the board. It's out of the box from Mr. Smooth.
Once I lived in loneliness,
Here's Danny.
without a friend. I had laid me down, given up, waiting for the bitter end. Then into my life you came, sunshine is all around.
Welcome, brother.
You picked me up, set me free. Girl, now I'm heaven bound.
Don't you say that, Cookie.
You're sweeter than the honey from the honeycomb, sweeter than the grapes on the vine. Your love is so good away and fell. Can't live without you. Lonely days, I've forgotten days. Since you've given me your love, you're mine. Heaven must have knew what I was going through when they sent you to me from up above. You're sweeter than the honey from the honeycomb, sweeter than the grapes on the vine. Your love is so good to me, so glad you're mine. Ooh, you're warmer than the sun on a sunny day. Girl, you're one of a kind. Your love is so good to me, so glad you're mine. Oh, so glad you're mine. So glad you're mine. So glad you're mine. I want you without your love. So glad you're mine. So glad you're mine. I'm so glad you're mine. So glad you're mine. I'm so glad you're mine. So glad you're mine. I'm so glad you're mine. So glad you're mine. I'm so glad you're mine. So glad you're mine. I'm so glad you're mine. When I'm sick, you're my doctor. When I'm in trouble, little girl, you're my love, yeah. Little girl, you're everything. So glad you're mine. So glad you're mine. I said I'm so glad you're mine. So doggone glad you're mine. You're sweeter than the honey from the honeycomb, sweeter than the grapes on the vine. Your love is so good to me, so glad you're mine. Oh, you're warmer than the sun on a sunny day. Girl, you're one of a kind. Your love is so good to me, I'm so glad you're mine. Oh, so glad you're mine. So glad you're mine. Your love is so doggone good, I'm so glad you're mine.
Great track, Chairman of the Board. Yeah, and So Glad You're Mine, sent in by our good friend Mr. Robert Furness. Now, for all you lovely people who follow me on Facebook, you will realise that this weekend I've been away down visiting friends. I kidded everybody on that me and Georgie had won the lottery and we went down to our holiday home. And we actually went down to visit some great friends. And some of you met this lovely guy at TeeBee's Weekender. He was with the Workington Boys. He goes by the name of Keith Ross. And he's got a lovely wife called Lynn. And they invited us down for just one night for a have a party with the Workington Boys that were all at TeeBee's Soul Weekender. That was Phil, Ian and Brian and their lovely wives, Lizzie, Jill and Judy. And so on the Friday night, we had a party at Keith and Lynn's, beautiful house in Whitehaven. And it looks right onto the coast and fantastic views. And we had a great night Friday night. I can't remember what time we stayed up to, 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. But it's a heavy drinking session, as you know. I don't like to slow down. And then on the Saturday night, myself, Georgie, Keith and Lynn had another great party, just the 4 of us, ourselves. But Keith played a track and we were just going through music together. And Keith says to me, he says, my daughter Gemma, and you want to meet this girl, she's fantastic. What a beautiful character she is. A lovely girl called Gemma and her husband Paul. And he was telling me that every time he used to play this record, his little daughter Gemma, when she was just a kid, used to call it Hoppity Bop. I'll tell you why in a minute. You'll all be singing it at the end of the night. So this was played in the house at Whitehaven last night. The place went mental. Because Gemma called it Hoppity Bop. You know, people change the name of songs. I love this. Woo!
Have you heard that there's an ad listed in the classifieds? Kind of brief, it only says, I'm looking for the perfect guy. Don't you know that I've been looking for you?
Hop with the T-Bone. Hop with the T-Bone.
Love it, Gemma. Hi, Wonderwoo. How you doing? So like you, Mrs. Oh yes. It's not having you heard it. Oh,
I need more than a lot of love, with kindness spread along the way. Well, anyone can plainly tell that love is what I want to feel. So my heart is reaching out to one who's sensitive and real. I've been looking for you. Haven't you heard?
Go ahead, Albert. I had to put it in, Keith. I couldn't leave the weekend without that memory. Does go on a bit, but I just thought I'd share that with you. It was just a great memory of the weekend that we had down in Keith and Lynn's, and a fantastic couple. And we'll go down again, and we maybe plan to maybe do a outside broadcast on the balcony with the view from the sea behind us. Maybe put that into planning, myself and Keith, and we'll go down one Sunday and do the show live from Keith and Lynn's. This next one comes from the lovely Anne-Marie Gallagher. And Anne-Marie picks tunes, and I tell her that it's a bob, but she doesn't change them. She just sticks with what she picks. And this is a bob from Anne-Marie, still a great tune. The great sound of Major Lance. And there ain't no soul in these old shoes. Unfortunately, it's a bob. I don't go. From Detroit, how you doing, Duncan? The Motown City. memory. Yeah, I know, Jane. Got to work, darling. Major Lance and Ain't No Soul in These Old Shoes. And as George always tells us when we play that song, because it was George that originally picked it for the show, George has got the live version of that from The Torch. Nobody can buy it off George though, but he's got the live version of it from The Torch. Next up, some great tunes coming up, guys, I'm telling you now. This comes from my good friend down at Leeds, Mr. Alan Kennedy. I love this too, from 1979. The sound of the Joneses. It's called Love Contest. Have it. Hi, Kathy 19. It's all about the love. TeeBee's Sunday Soul Show. Thank you, Kathy. I love it. From Mr. Alan Kennedy down in Leeds, the sound of the Joneses and Love Contest from 1979. Wow, they just get better and better. We fly over to a little place called Winnipeg in Canada for a great guy called Mr. JC. selected the Parliaments. Don't Be Sore at Me. It's out of the box. JC, winner of Tune of the Show last week.
Don't be sore at me. Love's entitled to one mistake. And you're sore at me. My little heart would show.
Welcome, Alan.
My anger clouded my judgment, and I saw a red flash. In my mouth wrote a check, and my heart couldn't care. My mind was in much confusion, and it was causing an unjust conclusion. The mistake had ceased our happiness, and I will always feel the loneliness. Darling, forgive me, please. Yeah, don't be sore at me. Love's entitled to one mistake, and if you're sore at me, my little heart would surely break. You've been cheating on me, or at least it was said. I reacted with my heart instead of my head. Reacted without hesitation, in a form of retaliation. If a little caution had been taken, would have found that I was mistaken. Darling, forgive me, please, and don't be sore at me. Love's entitled to one mistake, and if you're sore at me, my little heart would surely break. Reacted without hesitation, in a form of retaliation. If a little caution had been taken, would have found that I was mistaken. Darling, forgive me, please, and don't be sore at me. Love's entitled to one mistake, and if you're sore at me, my little heart would surely break.
Yeah, what a tune. The Parliaments in Don't Be Sore at Me, sent in by a good friend over there in Winnipeg, Mr. JC. And it was out of the box. And I think that's what a lot of people forget, is there wasn't a lot of big classic Northern Soul tunes played in Tam's show, because what I used to do is I used to want people to send in out of the box tunes, so everybody kind of stayed away from, you know, the classics and things like that. And that's why a lot of the classics are today out of the box, because people were scared to pick them because they thought they would probably be bobs, and this is why they come out and they're not bobs, if you see what I mean. So don't be shy. You can pick classics, and they may never have been put on the show. Just a little reminder for you all. I am on every Sunday, Danny boy. What you have to do is you have to subscribe to my Mixcloud page, which costs $2.99 a month, price of a cup of coffee. And then once you subscribe to my Mixcloud page, you then get invited to join the Soul family on my Facebook page. And then you can pick out your request every Sunday. Every track that's played on my show is requested by TeeBee's Soul family. And that's the page that you get put onto once you subscribe to my Mixcloud. And then you put your requests on. I put the request post up at 12 o'clock every Sunday, and you can put your request on. As long as it's soul music, you're in. And if you love your soul music, we're here every Sunday at 7 o'clock. Next up, the one and only, the lovely Susie Wong, better known as Kay, selected the 4 Vibes. You Got Soul. It's out of the box. Hi, Helen. Thank you, Robert. Or step by step.
Talking about that soul, yeah. You got it. You know how to walk that walk, baby, I will. Baby girl, you know how to make me flip well. You must have
No, it's still to come, Tom. It's still to come. It's the second last record.
been a second feeling in winter. A feeling that keeps me warm. That second kind of feeling makes me wanna carry on. 'Cause you got it.
So now, baby.
You got it so now, baby. You got everybody, yeah. Everybody know. You got it. Yeah, you got it, baby. Yeah, you got it. Yeah, you got it, baby. Talking about that soul now. You got that soul in the morning. You got that soul.
Fourth and last record, Tom.
Got that soul late at night. You got it. Makes me know everything's alright. You got that soul every day. You got that soul morning day. You
We're on in about 15 minutes, Tom.
got Mary, Mary way. You got that soul, soul.
Craig Leach is here. How are you doing, Craig, pal? You've missed quite a lot. That was a great 4 vibes, and You Got Soul, sent in by the lovely Susie K up there in Dunfermline, which is now a city. And Craig Leach has just joined us, but he's maybe had a busy day. Your track was on earlier, Craig. You probably have to get it on catch up. There's another great thing about this show. If you miss it and you go out on a Sunday night, which a lot of people have been doing once they've lifted all the restrictions, and on a Monday, it's up on my YouTube page, so you can watch the show back. You can watch it for half an hour and then go back to it, and because it's on my YouTube page forever, and you can watch it then. So it's up to yourselves. Next up, another great track from a good friend, John Birch. This is the Springers. It's called Drifting Away. Love
I
it.
can see that your love is drifting away, but I'm afraid to let go. Because my life will never be the same. All that's left, all the hurt and the pain. I keep on telling myself that there is no one else. Ooh, little darling. Although you say it's not true, I can see that we're through. Little girl now. Don't leave me.
Welcome,
Now
Susie.
when I hold you in my arms, your lips are so cold. Girl, can't you see that if you walk out on me, I'm gonna lose myself.
Welcome, Johnny boy.
I keep on telling myself that there is no one else. Ooh, little darling.
Out of the box from Mr. Johnny Birch.
Although you say it's not true, I can see that we're through. Little girl now. Don't leave me. All I keep on telling myself that there is no one
It helps, Johnny, doesn't it?
Ooh, little darling. Although you say it's not true, I can see that we're through. Little girl now. Don't leave me. You're drifting away. Drifting away. All I keep on telling myself that there is no one else. Ooh, little darling. Although you say it's not true, I can see that we're through. Little girl now. Don't leave me. Drifting away. Oh, you're drifting, baby. Come on home, girl. Don't you know you're drifting, girl? Drifting away. Drifting
What a tune, love it. The Springers and Drifting Away, sent in by our good friend Mr. John Birch down there in Stoke. Now, another great part of the party last night was our good friend Keith Ross has got this monkey, and he's quite a good ventriloquist actually. It's a ventriloquist monkey, and we had some fun with it last night, taking pictures and dancing with it and so forth, and I think Mrs. O had seen the pictures, because Mrs. O is very up to date, and Mrs. O likes to pick tunes are relevant to what's been going on or what's happening. She's just that kind of lady. I love her for it. And tonight's request from the lovely Mrs. O is by Duke Royal, and it's called Monkey on My Back. Love it.
Your love is a monkey on my back.
Martin Taggart, Alec.
Your love, baby, keep me coming on back now.
Well, it was an accident. I don't believe it. You're welcome, Alex. There's a lot of monkey talk at the moment. That's Mrs. O, she's so relevant. Great tune, I love it.
She'll be coming on back now. It's a ball, it won't make it. Ain't no way I can shake it for your love. Put a monkey on my back. Lord have mercy now. Yes, your love. Put a monkey on my back. Your love, baby, keep it coming on back now. Well, I used to be a loser, but now I'm a user for your love. Put a monkey on my back. Oh, yeah. Now, it's on my back. It's on my back now. Got to get it on. It's on my back.
You're welcome, Mrs. O. Yeah, the sound of Duke Royal and Monkey on My Back, sent in by the one and only, the most relevant woman in the show family, is the great and the one and only, my favourite, Mrs. O. Oh, I'm not allowed to say that anymore. I'm not allowed to say I've got favourites in the show because I just get her out. So she's just my Mrs. O. She's not my favourite. I'm only kidding. Next up, the lovely Jane Blundy Thompson. Down there in Nuneaton. Joe Anderson, can't get enough of you. It's out of the box. Nice one, Albert. You're not allowed to say that, Tomo. Love it. Get the organ out.
Baby, I'm so
Shut up, Tom. Keep on trucking. Joe Anderson. And I Can't Get Enough of You, sent in by a lovely GBT, better known as Jane Lundy Thompson. Next up, we fly up to Dunfermline for Mr. Keefy K.
I don't buy no fancy clothes.
Lee Rogers.
I don't spend my money at high-price stores.
And I'm a practical guy.
No, I don't have
Out of the box.
fine car.
Woo!
'Cause my weekly check won't go that far.
You off a drink, Dre.
I close my eyes to things I can't buy. 'Cause I'm a practical guy. Yeah.
Thank you, Danny. Hi, Dylan.
I can't play the game your way. 'Cause I ain't got no time to play. No, I work so hard every day. 'Cause I have to pay my way. Women, I can tell you why. I'm a practical guy.
Woo!
I'm a practical guy, and I show it. I'm a plain old Joe, and I know it. Things could be the same with the plain old Jane. Hey, baby, tell me what's your name? Do you need a love? Warm and tender?
Cheers, Danny.
Or you can take it from me. Like 1, 2, 3. Oh, when I go out to the go-go, everybody wants to know how I do the things that I do with all the things that I go through. That's why I'm a practical guy. I'm a practical guy. Don't you need a love? Warm and tender. Or when I take it from me. Like a 1, 2, 3. I'm a practical guy. I say I'm a practical guy. I'm a practical guy. And I know I'm just a plain old Joe. With a plain old Jane.
Told you there's some great tracks to come. Lee Rogers and I'm a Practical Guy from a wee pal up there in Dunfermline, Keefy Key. And it was out of the box. As is this. And I don't know about you, but this guy just deserves tuning the show for this. I just love it. This comes from Mr. Jeff Campbell. This is Leroy Taylor.
Every time I meet a girl, she wants to know my name.
Called The Marrying Kind.
When she comes out without a doubt, she's just not the same. Oh, she could be so nice, be my little paradise, but she's not, just not the American. Ooh, baby. Take her to a movie show. She says, come on, let's go before it ends.
last 4 tracks are absolutely different class. And that's just the start of it. That was from Jeff Campbell, Leroy Taylor, and it was called The Marrying Kind. Here's Mr. Tom Thompson. He was so close to getting his gold star last week. Well, getting tune of the show, actually. And I feel sorry for Tom because I've been down with Jane's and Tom's, and I've been told how the records get picked, all the requests get picked and things like that. And poor Tom doesn't get a gold star because Jane just keeps getting gold stars from him, and he's not happy. So I tried to get him a gold star last week, or a tune of the show, and that didn't work out. But it was very close last week. But he's come up with another great track tonight. This is from the Elgins.
Darling baby,
Darling Baby.
life is so lonely without you.
Don't know how he sneaked in it. Yeah.
Life is so lonely without you.
Cheers, Jeff.
Since you left these arms of mine, I've been alone, crying, wondering why you left me behind. Darling baby,
You're welcome, Tom.
can't carry on since you've been gone. Why don't you please come on home? Let's talk it over, baby, 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 baby. Let's talk it over one more time. Oh, so many nights I wondered who's holding you tight. Can't help but feel it should be me. Oh, it should be me. 'Cause I'm forever losing sleep at night. Darling, baby, I've been loving you so long. Tell me, what did I do wrong? Come back to these arms of mine. Let's talk it over. Let's talk it over one more time. Darling, baby, this world is empty without you. Keeps me crying with nothing to do. Since you left these arms of mine, let's talk it over, baby, baby, one more time. Darling, baby.
The great sound of the Elgins and Darling Baby, sent in by a good friend down there in Nuneaton, Mr. Tom Thompson. And I don't know why, but I thought I'll sneak that in at the end to see if it maybe gets him a few more votes. See if we can beat Jane this week. And it may work, it may not. But a great track from one of their albums called Darling Baby on the Motown VIP label. Next up, one of the great selectors on this show. You all know him by the name of Mr. Dave Rimmer. Comes from Skegness. Listen to this. This is Herb Ward. Hands off, she's mine.
See that good-looking girl over there, hands off, she's mine.
Out of the box.
Oh, you better stop fixing your hair, hands off, she's mine. I heard all about your reputation, the fella, nobody understands sensation, hands off, she's mine. Keep your hands off, she's mine.
Hands off the bumps.
Pretend you don't know what I mean, now hands off, she's mine.
You're welcome, Dave.
More girls than I've ever seen. Now hands off, she's the man. There's no sense in fighting with each other. This time fella go out and get another. Hands off, she's mine. Keep your hands off, she's mine. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
love it. Airborne and Hands Off, She's Mine. Another great out of the box tune from a great selector of the show, Mr. Dave Rimmer from down there in Skegness. A wee pal down in Leicester goes by the name of Mr. Don Martin. Selected Percy Wiggins. That's Loving You. It's out of the box. Don't tell him that, silly. It's another photo we took. We only have one more request to go. It's a Justice for Jackie tune. If I have not played your request, please tell me now. Coming next, Johnny, it's the last record tonight, pal. Tell him, Robert. Yeah, the man himself, Percy Wiggins, and that's Loving You. Sent in by my good friend down in Leicester, Mr. Don Martin, and it was out of the box. So we only have one more track. I've played everybody's request. I have a special request to play after our Justice for Jackie tune, which is coming up next. Johnny. And Johnny has picked for the Justice for Jackie this week. Oh, Alec Mack, you're too quick with them love hearts. I do that, but just take your time. All we like to see, in memory of the lovely Jackie Williman, is Yellow Love Hearts. When I play the Justice for Jackie track that is picked every week by our little brother, Johnny Wood, and the lovely Jilly Wood. And tonight, one of my old Northern favourites, it's Mammy Galore. And it ain't necessary. Yellow Love Hearts only. Alec back. Jump the gun. Okay, Alex, sorry, pal. Tell Pat to say hi. Out of the box for Mr. Johnny Wood. Love it, Kathy. Thank you, Terry and Susan. See you in 4 weeks. Saturday night. What a tune. Mammy Galore, and It Ain't Necessary, sent in by my good friends down in Barnsley, Johnny and Jillywood. And it was your Justice for Jackie track, which will always be played in this show every week. It's the first time I think I've ever played the Justice for Jackie track right at the end. But it'll always be in memory of a fantastic lady. Now, that's all your requests, guys. And some great, great tunes. And I know how difficult it is to vote for your tune of the show. So you don't have to keep telling me. I know how difficult it is because I've done it myself. So all you have to do is pick one track. You can name the track, the artist, or the family member who picked it. And message me who you think should get tune of the show. This next request is a special request from my good friend Keith Kay up in Dunfermline for another person that was sadly lost a few years back. A great scooter boy. And he was called Flea from Dunfermline. And I remember I've told you the story before when Tippy Payton had contacted me, and Tippy asked me to do a CD for his funeral. I'd never met Flea, but I heard a lot about him. You know, a lot of people have talked about him. He was a fantastic guy. And Flea would have been 52 today. So it's Flea's birthday today. And my good friend Keith has asked me if I can play this in memory of Flea.
Tonight with you, for the first time, I have learned what my lips are for. And darling, now that I've kissed you, I am craving to kiss you more. Let me tell you, long after tonight is all over, long after tonight is all gone, I'll be yours forever and a day. I'm yours. Come anything to me, you'll always be just everything to me. Yeah, here in my arms, when I hold you, I can feel that the world is mine. Don't go away, don't you leave me, or I'll cry till the end of time. Let me tell you, long after tonight is all over, long after it's all gone, I'll be yours. Come anything that may, I'm yours. Forever and a day, you'll always be just everything to me. Yeah. Let me tell you, long after tonight is all over, long after it's all gone, I'll be yours forever and a day. I'm yours. Come anything that may,
You're welcome,
you'll
Keith.
always be just everything to me. Yeah. Oh, long after tonight is all over, long after tonight is all gone, long after tonight is all over.
R.I.P. Flea. Happy birthday in heaven, pal. And that brings us to the ends of the requests. And as you know, I always play the best track that was ever produced at the end of the show. But me and Georgie have got a busy June. So just to give you an idea of what's going on. So you know, what I'll do is I'll do the wheel tomorrow to pick out 3 gold stars for tomorrow. I'll do it around about dinner time, or we're having a week up tomorrow. And then we are away on Wednesday to London, taking Georgie down for her birthday to Shalimar and Solutions concert at the Palladium in London for a couple of days. And then we will be going to Terry Green at the Hoochie Coochie on the 17th of June. And then we're going to Bridlington on the 25th of June. So June's going to be quite busy for us. So be patient. If you don't get your CDs quicker than normal, you'll know that I've been busy and I've got other things to do. So be patient. You will get your CDs. I'll do the what do you call it, the wheel tomorrow, and I'll let you know who the winners are. Thanks once again for all your fantastic requests, guys. It just gets better and better every week, as everybody says. A very unique show that will not be touched in my eyes. Here's the TV remix of the greatest tune. What's going on? Thank you, guys. We love you. Thank you, Alan. We will, pal. Thank you, David Barron. Cheers, George and Sue. Thank you, Robert. Thank you, Tom and Jane Blondie Thompson. Thank you, Annette. We will. What, Georgie? I will.
To bring some loving here today. Yeah. Father, Father.
Good night, Albie. Take care. Love to Wendy.
To escalate.
Cheers, lady. Catch you later, pal.
War is not the answer.
Thank you, JC.
For only love can conquer.
Hopefully see you soon, mate.
You know we've got to find a way to bring some
Cheers, Mike Dunn.
loving here today.
See you, Gladys, pal.
Picket lines.
Cheers, Keith. And Susie.
Don't punish me.
Thank you, Linda and Russ.
Brutality.
Thank you, Martin Taggart.
To me.
Don't forget your 3 before 8.
Can see. Oh,
Thank you, Jane.
what's going on?
And Tom, we love you.
What's going on?
Thank you, Susie.
Yeah, what's going on? Oh, what's
Hey, Alan.
going on?
We will do, keep it, mate. Just have to hide the credit card.
Right on there. Right on, right on.
Thank you, Leslie. Love to Simon. Good night, Johnny and Jilly. You have a great weekend next weekend, pal. Good night, Fluff. See you during the week. It'll have to be Tuesday, I think, Fluff. We're a wee Wednesday, mate. You too, Mrs. O. Take care. We love you. I won't have jelly deals, Jane. Stay away from them things. Thanks, Jane. Take care. Thank you, Keith Ross and Lynn, for a fantastic weekend. We love you guys. Don't forget to vote, guys. Remember to send your votes in. You have until Tuesday morning. Thank you, Lynn. It was a brilliant weekend. I loved it. So relaxing, so enjoyable. You're a fantastic couple. We love you. And Gemma and Paul. Fabulous family. Good night, Julian, the Dewsbury Soul Patrol. We'll see you at Bridland, darling. Yeah, we're thinking about that, Johnny. We'll see what we can do. We're there on Wednesday, Thursday and Friday. We'll try and make time to do some things down in London town. Cheers, mate. Thank you, Kathy, for joining the show. Subscribe, join the Soul family. You'll love it. So that brings us to the end, guys, and another fantastic show. And it's all down to you guys. There wouldn't be a show if you guys didn't pick all those fantastic requests. So thank you from the bottom of my heart. Fantastic night. Some fantastic tunes. Until next week, 7 o'clock, same time, Mixcloud. We'll see you next week. Good night, guys. Thank you. You've got the primary, Georgie. Aye, right, Jersey.